better me. That's who I'm gonna be. Better me, walking in destiny. One step, one prayer, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Better me, better me.
Caio. Bring. No, of course, nothing.
Every scar got a story, now I'm made for life. I've been changing day by day. No more running in place. I can feel that old weight falling off my name. When I rise with purpose. When I fall, he makes me steady. I'm not who I was, I'm getting ready. Better me, better me. That's who I'm gonna be. Better me, walking in destiny. One step, one prayer, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Better me, better me. That's who I'm gonna be. Cut the fake friends off, cut the noise down low. I don't need applause, I need fruit that grows. Got a heart to guard, got a mind to renew. I'm not chasing cloud, I'm chasing truth. If the road gets hard, I won't tap out. Build on grace, not hype, that's what I'm about. Every little win, every yes, every no, that's the kind of strength that helps a person grow. I've been changing day by day, no more running in place. I can feel that old weight falling off my name. When I rise with purpose. When I fall, he makes me steady. I'm not who I was, I'm getting ready. Better me, that's who I'm gonna be. Better me, walking in destiny. One step, one prayer, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Better me, that's who I'm gonna be. Not perfect, but I'm moving. Not finished, but I'm growing. Got a new fire in my chest, and it keeps on showing. If you lead, I'll follow. If you speak, I listen. Turn my weakness into purpose. Turn my pain to a mission. Better me, that's who I'm gonna be. Better me, walking in destiny. One step, one prayer, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Better me, that's who I'm gonna be. I was built for more than the mess I wore. Had to lay the pride down, put my face to the floor. I was talking big, but I lived too small. Now I wake up focused, give my all, give my all. Old me, tried to win by the empty flex. New me on my knees, gotta clean a step. One life, one path, I'm gonna walk it right. Every scar got a story, now I'm made for life. I've been changing day by day, no more running in place. I can feel that old weight falling off my name. When I rise with purpose. When I fall, he makes me steady. I'm not who I was, I'm getting ready. a person grow. I've been changing day by day. No more running in place. I can feel that old weight falling off my name. When I rise with purpose. When I fall, he makes me steady. I'm not who I was, I'm getting ready. Better me, that's who I'm gonna be. Better me, walking in destiny. One step, one prayer, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Better me, that's who I'm gonna be. Not perfect, but I'm moving, not finished, but I'm growing. Got a new fire in my chest, and it keeps on showing. If you lead, I'll follow. If you speak, I listen. Turn my weakness into purpose, turn my pain to a mission. Better me, that's who I'm gonna be. Better me, walking in destiny. One step, one prayer, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Better me, that's who I'm gonna be. I was built for more than the mess I wore. Had to lay the pride down, put my face to the floor. I was talking big, but I lived too small. Now I wake up focused, give my all. Old me tried to win by the empty flex. New me on my knees, gotta clean a step. One life, one path, I'm gonna walk it right. Every scar got a story, now I'm made for life. I've been changing day by day. No more running in place. I can feel that old weight falling off my name. When I rise with purpose. When I fall, he makes me steady. I'm not who I was, I'm getting ready. Better me, that's who I'm gonna be. Better me, walking in destiny. One step, one prayer, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Better me, that's who I'm gonna be. Cut the fake friends off, cut the noise down low. I don't need applause, I need fruit that grows. Got a heart to guard, got a mind to renew. I'm not chasing clout, I'm chasing truth. If the road gets hard, I won't tap out. Build on grace, not hype, that's what I'm about. Every little win, every yes, every no, that's the kind of strength that helps a person grow. I've been changing day by day. No more running in place. I can feel that old weight falling off my name. When I rise with purpose. When I fall, he makes me steady. I'm not who I was, I'm getting ready. Better me, that's who I'm gonna be. Better me, walking in destiny. One step, one prayer, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Better me, that's who I'm gonna be. Not perfect, but I'm moving, not finished, but I'm growing. Got a new fire in my chest, and it keeps on showing. If you lead, I'll follow. If you speak, I listen. Turn my weakness into purpose, turn my pain to a mission. Better me, that's who I'm gonna be. Better me, walking in destiny. One step, one prayer, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Better me, that's who I'm gonna be. I was built for more than the mess I wore. Had to lay the pride down, put my face to the floor. I was talking big, but I lived too small. Now I wake up focused, give my all. Old me tried to win by the empty flex. New me on my knees, gotta clean a step. One life, one path, I'm gonna walk it right. Every scar got a story, now I'm made for life. I've been changing day by day. to mission. Better me, better me. That's who I'm gonna be. Better me, walking in destiny. One step, one prayer, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Better me, better me. That's who I'm gonna be. I was built for more than the mess I wore. Had to lay the pride down, put my face to the floor. I was talking big, but I lived too small. Now I wake up focused, give my all, give my all. Old me tried to win by the empty flex. New me on my knees, gotta clean a step. One life, one path, I'm gonna walk it right. Every scar got a story, now I'm made for life. I've been changing day by day, no more running in place. I can feel that old weight falling off my name. When I rise with purpose. When I fall, he makes me steady. I'm not who I was, I'm getting ready. Better me, better me. That's who I'm gonna be. Better me, walking in destiny. One step, one prayer, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Better me, better me. That's who I'm gonna be. Cut the fake friends off, cut the noise down low. I don't need applause, I need fruit that grows. Got a heart to guard, got a mind to renew. I'm not chasing clout, I'm chasing truth. If the road gets hard, I won't tap out. Build on grace, not hype, that's what I'm about. Every little win, every yes, every no. That's the kind of strength that helps a person grow. I've been changing day by day, no more running in place. I can feel that old weight falling off my name. When I rise with purpose. When I fall, he makes me steady. I'm not who I was, I'm getting ready. Better me, that's who I'm gonna be. Better me, walking in destiny. One step, one prayer, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Better me, better me. That's who I'm gonna be. Not perfect, but I'm moving. Not finished, but I'm growing. Got a new fire in my chest, and it keeps on showing. If you lead, I'll follow. If you speak, I listen. Turn my weakness into purpose. Turn my pain to mission. Better me, better me. That's who I'm gonna be. Better me, walking in destiny. One step, one prayer, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Better me, better me. That's who I'm gonna be. I was built for more than the mess I wore. Had to lay the pride down, put my face to the
Welcome. If you can see me and you can hear me, I almost said type W's in the chat. If you can see me very clearly and you can also hear me, please let me know. Welcome. Welcome. Okay. I've given a 10-minute window for starting, and I'm hoping it was enough. How many of you are excited to be here? All right. How many of you are excited to be here? Phenomenal. Okay. Great. I could see already with typing where we're joining in from, our names and where we're joining in from. Arolua from Covenant from Abuja. Deborah is from Bowen. Hey Deborah. Ogumosho. Benjamin is from Bowen. Adepoju, same thing. Bowen. John Olunoiki. Testament from Covenant. Jimo Mubarak from Lagos State University of Science and Technology. Obafemi Awolowo, praise. Odofin Oluwatobi from Abuja, praise from Covenant. Ogunkoya is from Landmark. Kenechukwu from Unilag. Okay. So welcome everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome. I am a few minutes. We started about 10 minutes late. And it was to give us some buffer to join in. Right. My team is receiving a lot of emails about links here and there. So do me a favor. We'll give them maybe about 3, 4, 5 minutes, and then we would go straight into the lectures. But do me a favor, take the link from the live chat and share it with as many people as you can. All right. Going to be one of the most phenomenal sessions we're going to have on business. Great, great, great. So let me quickly see if we could share that quickly. So we will just commence. Right, we have a lot. But random question: did you guys get the email from with the link to subscribe, something like that? Did you guys get all those details? Did you get all those details? Did you get all those details? Let me know. Let me know if you got all the details. Okay, you got all the details, yeah? That's fantastic. So for those of you that are meeting me for the first time, this is your first encounter. How many of you, by the way, this is your first encounter? This is the first time you are on a session with me. Let me know. If this is the first time you're on a session with me, let me know. Okay. Think we have shared the link round. We might as well just get started. Okay, so I think the team has signaled me that we are good everywhere. So we might as well just get started. I'm trying to wonder why this lighting looks very terrible from my end. Looks really, really bad. Like really, really, really bad. But in this first session, we'll see if we can work with that. So I'm glad to see every single one of us, and um, it's a privilege to have this session with us. Right, I'll tell you guys a little about my story, and we will just go through from there. All right, so my name is Bolu Okunade, and I I'm trying to see something, so we get straight into what we have for today. I'm really keen on details, so as I'm seeing the color not the best, it's affecting my medulla oblongata. How do they call it? Okay, but the team will probably just fix it some other time. Maybe for your next session, you have fantastic lighting. All right, so anyways, I think we can go straight into what we have for today. Good. So this first time, a lot of people. Great. So welcome once again. One last place. We need to throw the link on Instagram, and we will just, comments greatly from there. Again, I'm really appalled by the lighting. Like, it's affecting my brain. I don't like when things are not done well. Can they, the people in the studio, can they take another 3 minutes? Is it okay if we commence by 7:20 on the dot? So what I want you to do with these 3 minutes is I want you to take the link, share to everybody, friends, enemies, people that are begging you for money, because if they now know how to make it, they'll beg you probably less. So you want to share that to them. We'll have our final break, and when we come back, we would go straight into what we have for today. Is that all right? Okay, so let's just pull on to the break.
For more in the mess I wore, had to lay the pride down, put my face to the floor. I was talking big, but I live too small. Now I wake up focused, give my all. Old me, try to win by the empty flex. New me on my knees, gotta clean a step. One life, one path, I'm gonna walk it right. Every scar got a story, now I'm made for life. I've been changing day by day, no more running in place. I can feel that old weight falling off my name. When I rise with purpose. When I fall, he makes me steady. I'm not who I was, I'm getting ready. Better me, that's who I'm gonna be. Better me, walking in destiny. One step, one prayer, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Better me, that's who I'm gonna be. Cut the fake friends off, cut the noise down low. I don't need applause, I need food that grows. Got a heart to guard, got a mind to renew. I'm not chasing cloud, I'm chasing truth. If the road gets hard, I won't tap out. Build on grace, not hype, that's what I'm about. Every little win, every yes, every no, that's the kind of strength that helps a person grow. I've been changing day by day, no more running in place. I can feel that old weight falling off my name. When I rise with purpose. When I fall, he makes me steady. I'm not who I was, I'm getting ready. Better me, that's who I'm gonna be. Better me, walking in destiny. One step, one prayer, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Better me, that's who I'm gonna be. Not perfect, but I'm moving. Not finished, but I'm growing. Got a new fire in my chest, and it keeps on showing. If you lead, I'll follow. If you speak, I listen. Turn my weakness into purpose. Turn my pain to a mission. Better me, that's who I'm gonna be. Better me, walking in destiny. One step, one prayer, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Better me, that's who I'm gonna be.
Okay, so welcome everybody. Welcome back. We are getting started immediately. All right, so quick backstory into what it is that we're doing. We are going to have a 4-weekend session, and we're doing it primarily for students. And I'm going to explain to you why it is that I'm working with students, a lot, right? It's our CSR, and hopefully All right, a couple of people can benefit from this. So, quick backstory. My name is Bolu Okunade. For those of you that are joining me for the first time, all right. If I had more time, I would have asked you, how did you get to hear about this? But um, the most important thing is that you are here. All right. So, if you're joining in for the first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. About 10, is it 10? No, maybe like 7 years ago, something phenomenal happened to me, and it's going to start the foundation of what we're going to do today. I'll never forget, I was in secondary school, and then my father placed a call across to me. So my elder brother was in the university. This was how my journey started, and then we go straight into the lecture for today. My elder brother was in the university. He was in a university that people would consider one of the most expensive in Nigeria. That was Covenant University, because growing up, we had done, to a good point, done well financially, so they could afford. But along the way, we did have some challenges, and I'll never forget. I received a phone call one day, and it was a transformatory phone call. My father called me and he says, "Bolu, can you change what you filled on your university from Covenant University?" Because I wanted to go to Covenant University, and he said, "Change it," and he put a particular university name. Now, I don't want to call the university name, because if I now say call the university name, people will say, "Am I changing university?" and all that. So I will call the university name for safety reasons. Anyways, long and short of it is, I really wanted to go to Covenant University. So as I heard that, I actually didn't answer my father. I just dropped the phone, and a miracle happened. I got a scholarship, got into the university. When I got into the university, there's one guy I will never forget. I mean, I resumed later than the others, because the scholarship was processed later than the others. And then this guy, who was my friend in secondary school, then walks up to me, says, "Oh, you're here, welcome." He's excited. He said, because I was an engineering student. And I say, engineering students, we need to buy. And he started listing technical drawing board, course deals. Now, I resumed school with 9,500 naira. All right, my neighbor downstairs gave me some money when he realized that I got a scholarship. Now, by the time the guy had explained all the things we need to buy, I was on a deficit already. How many of you understand what I'm saying? By the time we've calculated all you have to spend, you're already owing money. So I was owing money in advance. And I sat down and I was asking myself, what will I do? And I could not find, because I needed to raise some money. So I bought some ties. I think those ties were 500 naira under the bridge. It's not really great place under the bridge. Now that God is helping me small, small now, it may not be a great place for me again. But some of you know what I'm talking about. Some of you know there's a place they call it Iyano something. Talk to me in the chat. Do you know any Iyano or Abe Bridge? At those places you go there, and when they are opening the bill, you have to be there early. Some of you don't understand what I'm talking about. You have to be there early so that you can get the best. That is a motivational speaker that say you leave the best for the last. Yeah, they leave the best for the last too. So you get the best set of clothes and the best set of stuff. So I started selling the ones I bought to wear in school. And why was that? Because nobody knows me now. If I wear one tie or I wear one shirt for 200 days, nobody will know. I didn't have any reputation to protect. So I picked it up, and straight up, I started selling it. Never forget. Started selling it. And I would go room to room, and I'll approach people. Baba, this style looks good on you. About say how far? I say, if you buy two now, I'll give you. I think I was making maybe 2K from 500 or so. I used that money, raised that money, used that money to eat and to sort out myself. And that was really where the journey started. All right. I got into 200 level, started another business. By the time I was in 400 level, I had like 6, 7 businesses that I was running. Upon graduation, I learned a lot about concentration. So I zoomed out and focused on only 2 businesses, which we're running currently. And by God's grace, we're doing very well, right? But back to my university story. By the time I was in 200 level, I'd made my first million naira. I didn't go home one of those semesters. I stayed back and I had made my first million naira. And, you know, I started getting a lot of questions. How? How did you do it? Can you go on? Can you go on? Da 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 da. And that's when I really started growing a little bit influential and all that, right? So I have a soft spot for university students because once I was broke, now I am less broke because as an entrepreneur, you're probably always broke. So I'm going to have that conversation with you, and I'm going to give you, I want to start by giving you a couple of reasons why the university has an advantage. And then I'm going to pull up my slides and we're going to look at the core concepts, fundamentals of business. All right. We're going to see if it's worth it because some of you are doing nonsense. By the way, if this is the first time you're experiencing me, I'm a very strong-worded speaker. That means I do not care about your emotions. I care more about your progress than your emotions. So if you come to my session and your emotion is on your chest, you'll be offended. But guess what? You didn't pay for the session. It's part why I make my sessions a lot chunk of the sessions free. So that you can go if you want to go. I don't owe you anything. Right? And like I said, there's no, you know, when people do training programs at the end, they will not say if you want to buy, let's say the student CEO, they will not say student CEO inside group mentorship special. I don't have it. So this is the only form of interaction and mentorship and training program that I have online, at least for now, that is going to be free in a long while, right? And why is that? Because I'm doing businesses. God is helping me. I'm making money. I don't need to be either. I don't really even have that time. So can we get straight into the myths? So let's start from this. I want to ask a question. I want to pull up a couple of things so you understand. You see, why is starting a business? Because many people do not realize how much edge they have by starting a business in school, or they don't understand the concept of the university. All right. One of the things that the university does, and I'll list a couple of things, maybe about 3, 4. First of all, I need to write this down. The university creates what we call a pseudo environment for you. Now, if you went to a university that maybe is even a private university, it most likely is even going to be more. Now, what is a pseudo environment? Right? A pseudo environment is, let me give you an example. There are certain places on the earth, right? What they do is they want to simulate gravity. All right, they want to simulate what it looks like when there's no gravity in the place. So what they do is that chamber itself, just that chamber, when you go in, you begin to float, right? Because they have created a simulation, a pseudo environment within the real world. So if you're living inside that place, you know, if you never came out, what you find out, you don't be floating 247. You think that's how everywhere is. Right? So you see, the university provides that kind of environment for you because in the university, there are many factors that are not the same in the real world. Now, a person who understands this thing, a person who properly assimilates this thing can take advantage of those factors, all right? Because part of these things, and I'm going to show you a couple of those things, part of the things those factors help actually is they help your business greatly. Let me give you an example. Most people don't know, right? The guy we call Uncle Mark. How many of you know Uncle Mark Azuka? How many of you know Mark Azuka? Mark Azuka, right? You know, there's a pastor, man of God, so they say his name is Odumeje. You know, they say Mark Azuka. Mark Azuka is actually Mark Zuckerberg, right? So many of us don't know that. You see, that's why when I read a lot of success stories, I'm very careful because sometimes a little context changes the whole situation. You know, I remember when Femi Otedola's book came out, a lot of people were reading it. There's one reel that went out recently where somebody was reading a portion of the book where the book said Femi Otedola needed some money and he asked his father. His father gave him £250,000. The guy said, Femi, your father what? He said, no, motivate me again. Because £50,000 now is still relatively a lot of money. All right, £100,000 is somewhere around 200 million naira. So imagine the money then. The guy say, two what? You borrow from who? It's in my lineage. Where I was in this money, right? So why am I saying that? Sometimes the context, a little context changes everything, right? Now, what many people don't know about Facebook, right, is that Facebook wasn't the first networking platform. But you see, one of the reasons why Facebook actually did well was because Facebook was run in a university, right? And so people actually needed to interface with each other. You see, that little difference changes absolutely everything. Changes everything. I'll give you another example where environment has affected businesses. You see, last 2 or 3 years, how many of you remember when cash was scarce? We had a lot of cash scarcity at that period. There's a particular CBN governor. For those that are outside Nigeria, CBN is the central, it's like the bank that controls all the other banks, right? So there's a particular CBN governor that, brought a couple of policies, and then it was really difficult to access cash. Some people call him, I don't know who's on this live, this is YouTube, one government official now. So there are a couple of things I cannot say. If I finish now, they'll just come and pick me. You guys will be looking for me for session 2. There's no session 2. The man a facilitator is in court, so I can't call his name. Anyways, long and short of it is that in that period, there was a lot of cash crunch. Now, it was in that period that Money Point and OP really sprung to the surface, right? And it's because transfers enter the commercial banks. They were not doing, they were not as reliable as OP, as Money Point. Are you with me? And because of that little environment advantage, that policy, that Wahala season, those banks sprung to the limelight. OP took the individual customers transactions, while Money Point handled merchants and handled business. So why am I saying that? Now, you see, every case study that you do, now there are a lot of other things that they did really great, but see, that little thing that happened there was a huge transformation for both businesses. It was in that period that Money Point POSs just became really popular. So I said all of that to say, certain environments, certain factors, certain concepts, certain things will affect the business, make it easier, make it harder. And guess what? It really doesn't matter how many advantages a person has. If he or she lacks the knowledge of those advantages, what will happen is that he or she would work like they don't have the advantages. So if I give you a car and you don't know how to drive, has it happened to you before? Let me even check out this car. Many of us, maybe you bought your first car, or you know someone that bought their first car, or you were given a car, you had access to your parents' car. But because you could not drive, have a friend like that. Amazingly, she lives, somewhere around, and she'll use bus and come to church. She has a car at home, but she cannot drive. That's how many of you are, because you are sitting down on the gold mine of the university. You're sitting down on the gold mine of campus, and guess what? You are going to lose that gold mine. And many times, it's in retrospect, when people look back, they then say, "Oh my goodness, only if." How many of you remember when you wanted to be an adult? All you wanted to be in life was an adult. But now that you're an adult, have you seen those memes where they say, so there's nothing like midterm break in this adulthood? It's nothing like midterm break. It'll be like, I beg, make una give me 2 weeks. I need to rest, and all that. So it's the same thing with the university. Many of you that are in the university are going to graduate, and if you're not careful, you'll realize that, oh my goodness, every single advantage that was present here is currently lost. So what are the advantages that are present in the university? Are you ready? If you are ready, spam the comment section with ready, and let's fire on. Are you ready? Come on, are you ready? Are you ready? Good, 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 good. Give me a second. I need to. So, and I'm going to let you in on 3 advantages. Then we look at the slides, and some of you will hear things that you have never heard in your life. All right. I was in the university and I know what I'm saying when I say some of you here today have never had in your life. Just trust me. Some of you will leave this session, you can't bring your parents. You can't bring all the people that you know doing business. You say, sir, this is not for students alone. No. All right. I came really prepared for you guys, and I just really hope that it's extremely valuable for you. All right. Good. So I'm trying to post the link somewhere also. Good. So back to what I was saying. Right. So let's move on. So now the first one is the first advantage that you have in university. I must have heard this very many times. The first advantage you have in the university is what we call the impact of failure. Write that down. You see, one of the things people don't understand is, and I'm going to talk to you guys very fairly and squarely. There is a school of motivational thinking that insinuates that, have you heard that statement? When you wake up is your morning. Now, again, remember, I told you, I give you guys heads up. I mean, that I'm a very strong worded speaker. I don't really care. So you see that statement, and there are statements that you have to calm down. And in this life, you must master a capacity of processing what people are saying, because there's a large chunk of stuff that people are saying out there that doesn't make sense. It makes absolutely no sense when you think about it deeply. So somebody tells you now, looks at you, say, you are just 20 something years old. Whenever you wake up is your own money. Then they now use examples like KFC, and they say KFC started at 65. So started at 65. So started at 72. Blah 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 blah. They will now say, and I'm a by God's grace, I'm in the ministry, so I believe I'm a faith-based person. But sometimes when people now root their bad advice and cloak it with faith statements, it's a very dangerous place to be. So people finish now say, oh, God will restore the years that have been stolen, the years that the canker worms, the years that the palmer worms have eaten, right? So don't worry, it doesn't matter where you start. The same way Elijah outran the chariots, you will outrun your own chariot. Shout aloud, amen. I always start by asking very important questions. You see, number one, the KFC guy that you talk about, when people started late, is it a case of intentionally wasting their lives to start late, or it was a case of they tried and failed, or maybe they didn't even know as much and they started late and life favored them? Was the lateness a conscious choice or a subconscious, they just get into it by circumstance? You know why I'm saying that? Many people engineer their lives in a very useless manner and then hope and believe that faith, F-A-T-E, and faith, F-I-T-H, are going to work in their favor. Unfortunately, life does not work the way it works in your head. Why am I saying that? Also because, you see, people don't think. Let me ask you a question. If somebody that was had the Ebola virus or coronavirus walks into a place and then they say there were 20 people in the room, 18 people had coronavirus, only 2 people survived. The exception is 2 people. The norm is 18 people. You now go there and say 2 people survived, me too, I will survive. It doesn't make any sense. The exception in the success equation are the people who were useless with their younger years but still made it in life. The norm, that is not the norm. If you make it, is luck, is chance. Why am I saying that? Listen, every failure in your life doesn't have equal impact across the ages and stages of your life. And this is one of the things that must happen to you. You see, the moment you are under 20, you're under 18, right? Let's say within the ages of 18 and 24, 25, you are in the stage of your life where you most likely have the most energy and you have the least risk. You have the most energy, you have the least risk. You see that combination, high energy, low risk, is one of the best places to be in life. And one of the regions where you're going to be like that is in the university. All right. And let me tell you why it's important. You see, in the university, you would have done the calculation. You're a good person, you know, and you do business, and your business goes wrong. If something happens to your business and you fail, if you are a good person, you and I know there are people around you in the university, you will not be hungry. How many of you agree with what I'm saying? You will not be hungry. Let me say it's vernacular. Even if not Gary, you go see chop. You go see chop. Ah, how many of you can agree with me? Collect granite. I mean, you know, back then when we were in school, something used to happen. You know, Valentine's Day now. Everybody will bring their cake for their babes and all that. And you're sharing cake here and there, yada, 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 yada. Then there will be this Sister Agatha. Sister Agatha does not have boyfriend. But you know what will happen? By the time she goes to the room of person 1, person 2, person 3, person 4, person 5, and she gathers from everybody, Sister Agatha will not have more than the people that actually got gifts. Right? You, how many of you know Sister Agatha? Or you, Sister Agatha, you were in singlet, and that's why sometimes some of you were born, you were external participants of some of your people's relationship in school. That's why when your friend now comes back and says, "Ah, I don't like the way Jide is doing," no, it's like I'm going to break up. You like break up, okay? Jide, when they fund your own lifestyle indirectly. You say you settle it. Oh. You people, you not say it's not that bad now. Don't worry, you will change because you don't calculate. Say if this baby break up with Jide, you cannot sustain your own lifestyle again. You know, I said all of that to say, you know, the impact of failure, the risks if you fail, it's very minimal in school. It's very, somebody say break up care. He said, blessed are the peace. You cannot break up. We will sort it out. He said, what's the problem? Is it spiritual? We will pray for him. You never see anything. You're not going anywhere. This relationship will work. We are 3 in this relationship. You, him, and me by extension. You're not going anywhere. So again, so the import is low. But you see, let me tell you the truth. The moment you cross the university, the moment you cross it, the import is no more low. The effect of failure, the consequence of failure is higher. Is higher. First of all, if you are somebody who maybe doesn't have the privilege of having a wealthy background, the moment you graduate, somewhere in your head, your parents are beginning to hope for their ROI because they sold all they had to send you to school. Number 2, you now begin to go forward a bit and something begins to happen. The what I call the available space, the available limits that you have to experiment is now lower. And let me explain what I mean. You see, have you gone to a restaurant? Maybe you go to a restaurant and there are myriads of options to choose in from food. All right. Somebody say ROI is what? You just they play. You think they don't know what they're doing when they were picking your course for you. They said this course you will not quickly get job. Don't pick this one. They can play. Anyways, back to so you have 4, 5, 6, 7 different kinds of food to choose. Maybe you go to a basic restaurant like The Place, and then you see all the different stuff to choose. Now, if you travel outside this country and you've been looking for Nigerian food, now you now found a particular restaurant, and that restaurant they only have rice. Many times you may be forced to go with that choice because you don't have options. Are you following what I'm saying? Right? Which is why I'm explaining the risk concept that is low. In the university, you have options, but you see, the moment you enter the real world, one of the things that happens to you is there's what we call the force of SAPA. SAPA is spelled S-A-P-A. It's called SAPA. You don't even know what SAPA is. Now, because of the force of SAPA, you are now in survival mode. So what happens to you is anything that they bring to you, any job that you see, you want to use it to first hold body and soul together, which is not a bad idea. But perhaps you had experimented in school. you would have been able to maybe find what is working for you. Did you get what I'm saying? And you'll be building post university. All right. And as your life even proceeds, the moment you get into a relationship, the moment you marry somebody, a lady marrying a guy marrying a lady, the moment you marry, the consequence of your action does not end at you again. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. It doesn't end at you. Because now you have children. Before you could say, let's risk all this money, Jerry. What's that will happen? We'll drink Gary. But now you can't risk all the money because you got to pay school fees. Because you got to take care of your husband, you got to take care of your wife. You have bills to pay. Before you can drink Gary, you can drink granules, you can do 001 or 10001. Some of you that don't know that equation, go to church and give testimony. You can do it, but now you can't do that because even though you may have a higher capacity for delayed gratification, you now have dependence on you. So I tell people, the region in your life where the consequences of your action affect only you primarily is the region where you have to make a lot of smart decisions, because if you make those decisions, it will do a lot for you. And you also have to take the most calculated risks in that season. The moment you can calculate it that the upsides far outweigh the possibility of the downside, you jump in. Are you with me? All right. So one of the first things that happen in the university is the effect, the consequence of failure is lower. You fail, you do a business, no work, you go to another one, you go to another one quickly. The second advantage that you have in the university is what we call a concentration of needs. And I'm going to explain this very well. You see, the the way people, or the way the real life works is, no matter how great your product is, if you can't get your product to the buyer, there's going to be a problem. So a great product is one step, and we're going to see that through the 4 weeks. So a large chunk of companies spend their money on two things. For a really good company, they spend their money on marketing. And marketing is in two phases. Let's say this is your client. Let me use this pen, for example. This client needs, maybe he or she has an eye issue. And so the person needs to meet an optician. Now, the person is somewhere existing on the earth. What your marketing has to do, your marketing has to find him or her. Your marketing has to attract him or her to you. Your marketing has to ensure that he or she is then convinced, right? Although we are closing to sales, then you're convinced and then can make the purchase. Sometimes that length of time is 3 months, sometimes it's 3 years, sometimes it's 10 years, depending on the product. But in the university, there's what we call concentration of demand. And what is that? It's very simple. You see, the university has done a very hard part for you. While you needed to go and search for your customers one by one, what the university has done is the university has attracted all of the people that you need as customers. There's no university that has less than, I don't know, but most likely, I don't think there's a university that has less than 500 people. Are you following me? Attracted those customers for you. And because the university has already done the hard work to attract those customers for you, the amount you need to spend to market is way lower. And guess what? Many times, if one person has a need in a university, you can find and validate that this is an actual problem for one person. Most likely it's a problem for many people. How many of you know what I'm talking about? For example, if somebody is complaining, maybe he or she has issues with some universities do stuff like food delivery. Can somebody just bring my food to my hostel? I'm tired after a long day. I promise you, if one person has that problem and you can validate that it's a real problem, most likely 500 people have that problem. So this is it. When you find a customer in a university, you've actually found maybe 500, maybe 300, maybe 400 customers if it's a viable business. But when you find a customer in the real world, if you're in the office, the fact that somebody has a challenge doesn't mean another person has a challenge. So the university gives you the advantage of challenges similarity. Challenges similarity increases the number of customers that will be available to you if you find the solution to that problem. Come on, are you with me? You don't know that. All your customers sitting down together. The school has done the hard work of attracting all your customers. All you just have to do is find a good business, find a good product, find a good strategy, find a good system of delivering that value, and collect your money. Collect your money, guys. Collect your money. Are you with me? So it's really important. That's the second thing that university does for you. Number three, that most people don't know. If you went to university, let me even ask you guys, how many of you know a lot of people who have graduated? And maybe not even a lot. And as they graduated like this, they face other countries. Sometimes they have the money, other times they get a scholarship, and all that. But you know people that started in your school and they have jackpot. Good. Now let me explain to you what that does for you. Most people don't know, and it's something that happened to me. Because I started my business in the university, upon graduation, from graduation, in fact, not even graduation, some people don't come for your convocation. From your final paper, when you finish that final paper and people go home, you will never see some people again in your life. You never see them again in your life. Never see them again in your life. Now, let me tell you what that did for me. And most people don't think like that. You see, again, this is the investors agree here. The moment they say convocation, collect results, everybody moves. The moment people scatter like this, people scatter to various parts of the world. So maybe 10 people were your classmates. This one went to India, China, Angola, Spain, the New York, UK, maybe US, maybe somewhere in the US, Dallas, 10 different countries. All of them were your classmates. Now, let me tell you the truth. Imagine all these 10 people were your customers. Now, upon graduation, 10 of them went to 10 different countries and they were still your customers. And guess what? You kept the communication with them. What do you think is going to happen to your business? You now start hearing global business. Because the guy who went to Ghana, I received an email from someone say, yes, I received your email. And the guy wrote back to me, said, I read your emails from Kenya. I have people read my emails from the US, from all of these places. So the moment 10 of them has gone, let me tell you the truth. You now have a business presence in 10 countries. If they are still good clients with you. And especially if your product is now a digital product, such that there's no cost of maybe transportation, logistics, and all of that. So now, somebody who was in Ile-Ife, somebody who was in Ota, somebody who was in Abuja, he already has clients in 10 different countries of the world. Now, let me ask you, if they are really your good customers, customer service is good, follow-up is good, and they still need your service and you're delivering well. Imagine somebody now in Poland now says, oh, I need this. Do you think that person is going to keep quiet? The average person knows about 4 to 6 people. Let's take the lower band, 4 people. If 10 of your classmates go to 10 different countries in the world and all of them just speak to 4 people about you, that means you have a minimum of 4 times 10, 40 different customers, 40 different clients in different parts of the world. Come on, how many of you are seeing it now? You're seeing it now. You're seeing it now. Are you seeing it now? Exactly. That's what I want to happen to this webinar. You're seeing it, Abby? Good. Good. So right there you're sitting. You have 40 clients. So people just ask me now, how do you get people that buy from you from outside the US? They were sitting down beside me in school. Well, they were sitting down beside me in school. Right? And some of them did not look like they have future. Even them too, they didn't believe that they will make it. That's the bitter truth. They didn't believe that they will make it. So before you know it, sharp, I'm sitting down. Somebody's buying stuff from me in the US. Somebody's buying stuff from me from the UK. So you get what I'm saying? People are reaching out from different parts of the country. All right. So that's one of the third advantages that the university brings to you. All right. I wanted to expand on a lot more, but I'm almost closing in on the first hour, and I would want to go straight into our slides because I have a lot to talk about in business. But before we go on, I want you to do me a favor. I'm going to take just a 1 minute break. While I'm doing 1 minute break, I want you to type very quickly something that has stood out for you thus far. 10 comments quickly. Something that has stood out for you thus far in the session. We've done 56 minutes into the session. What has stood out for you? do not go off in the 1 minute break that we're taking. The next session we're going to have is actually the meat. I'm going to pull up my slides and we're going to begin to dig into, I'm going to piece this business for you like this. Shredded meat, shredded beef sauce, right? So type in the comments. And also, maybe you should do something. Type your name, type what you do, and type where you are. Your clients just may be here. But any business that happens in my comment section, I do take 10% commission. Type what you do, right? Quickly, I'm giving you a chance to advertise yourself now. Your clients may be in my comment section. So let's go on a 1-2 minutes break.
Day by day, no more running in place. I can feel that old weight falling off my name. When I rise with purpose. When I fall, he makes me steady. I'm not who I was, I'm getting ready. Better me, that's who I'm gonna be. Better me, walking in destiny. One step, one prayer, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. I'm chasing truth. If the road gets hard, I won't tap out. Build on grace, not hype. That's what I'm about. Every little win, every yes, every no. That's the kind of strength that helps a person grow. I've been changing day by day. No more running in place. I can feel that old weight falling off my name. When I rise with purpose. When I fall, he makes me steady. I'm not who I was, I'm getting ready. Better me, that's who I'm gonna be. Better me, walking in destiny. One step, one prayer, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Better me, that's who I'm gonna be. Not perfect, but I'm moving. Not finished, but I'm growing. Got a new fire in my chest, and it keeps on showing. If you lead, I'll follow. If you speak, I'll listen. Turn my weakness into purpose, turn my pain to a mission. Better me, that's who I'm gonna be. Better me, walking in destiny. One step, one prayer, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Better me, that's who I'm gonna be. Off my name. Rise with purpose. When I fall, he makes me steady. I'm not who I was, I'm getting ready. Better me, that's who I'm gonna be. Better me, walking in destiny. One step, one prayer, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Better me, that's who I'm gonna be. I'm chasing truth. If the road gets hard, I won't tap out. Build on grace, not hype, that's what I'm about. Every little win, every yes, every no, that's the kind of strength that helps a person grow. I've been changing day by day, no more running in place. I can feel that old weight falling off my name. When I rise with purpose. When I fall, he makes me steady. I'm not who I was, I'm getting ready. Better me, that's who I'm gonna be. Better me, walking in destiny. One step, one prayer, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Better me.
Hey, welcome. Can we see me now? Welcome. Can we see me? Can we also see my slides? Great. I could see a myriad of people with what they do in the chat box. Hey, you have started. So the first lesson, all of you posted what you do. Nobody posted how they can reach you. No Instagram, no nothing. No Instagram. So there you go. But that's by the way. So can we get started? Let's get started. Let's go straight into module 1. We'll take module 1 and today, and we'll round off soon. Are we ready? Great. So let's move straight into the meat of the lectures that we have for today. So I always start my sessions by explaining what I call the car and the driver concepts. All right. And I say that very importantly because one of these days I sat down, and because I had the privilege to make it a lot earlier. By the way, take the link, guys. Share the link to everybody, especially people who you know doing business, student CEOs or not. This is the first. This is actually the course session now. I'm getting into the meat of the lectures. You know. So, and I have a concept that I call the car and the driver, and I'm very, very big on those concepts, and I'm going to explain why in a short while. So years ago, when I was privileged to start doing well early enough, I found out that a lot of people, hey, I'm seeing, hey, Giffy David, what's your social media handle? Track that transaction. Oh. Where's my admin? Hey, money should come out of this transaction. You will give me my call too. I don't want to hear, say you're too big for this. You bring it first. I'll tell you the one I'm too big for. You bring it first too. You know. Bring that any transaction that happens like this. 10 to 15% too. Or the transaction will not go well. Yeah. So you must bring your tax. Give to Caesar what is Caesar's. Am I Caesar? Perhaps. So let's go on quickly, guys. So model 1 is the car and the driver. When I started business years ago, I never forget, I had a lot of people reach out to me, especially young people. And they'll ask me a very important question, or so they thought. They'll say, sir, you know, whatever, maybe they heard my story that I was privileged to make my first million. They then say, and this is what they think. They think it's a very important, a very smart thing to say. They say, what business did you do to make your first million? And in their minds, what they want to do is simply go and do that business in hope that if they do that business, they will then make their first million. So then, I mean, he gets given a boss a dick. Just puts 2 and 2 together, hit it. Now, and I came up with a concept that I called the car and the driver concept of success. Now, if I buy a Formula One racing car, right, and maybe like a Lewis Hamilton is driving that Formula One car, maybe, I don't know, maybe speeds can go as high as 200 and something kilometers per hour. But this is it. Why that car can go at that speed is 2 things. The car's capacity and the driver's capacity. It's a sum of both capacities that make that motion possible. So let me move on. You see, if you take that same Formula One driver, put him in the danfo bus, what you will find out is, although he can drive a car at maybe up to 300 kilometers per hour, that danfo may not be able to pass 72. So, although he's a good driver, he has a bad car. Do you understand that? You know, are you following what I'm saying? He has a bad car. On the flip side, if you carry somebody who is just learning how to drive, and give that person Lewis Hamilton's car, an F1 racing car, although that car can go at 300 kilometers per hour, whatever it can go at, I don't know, that person who maybe doesn't know how to drive beyond 50 will not move that car beyond 50. So in some cases, we have a good driver paired with a bad car. Other times, we have a bad car paired with a good driver. In this case, the driver is you and the car is the business that you choose to run. So I tell people, to be successful in business, it's a combination of the business that you pick. They tell you people that you can make money is not a lie, but the ease, the probability, the leverage is very different in various businesses. I don't know if we'll enter that today, right? How to pick a business that has very high leverage and asymmetry in the university. For example, a lot of people don't know. All the while when I was in university, I never sold a physical product. And there was a reason. But we'll talk about that later, right? It's not bad if you're selling a physical product. Me personally, I never sold a physical product. We'll talk about that as we go on. And it was a very, very, very strategic move. But again, we'll talk about that as we go on. So it's a combination of a car and a combination of the car and the driver that makes for success in business. So when we talk about the driver, like you can see on the slides, we're talking about you, the entrepreneur, right? And there are a couple of things that you want to pay attention to. And when we talk about the car, we're talking about the wealth vehicle that you choose, all right? So the question becomes, because some people choose the wrong wealth, and some people don't even know these things. And one of the ways I explain this, you see, if somebody chose to be a newspaper seller 10 years, 15 years ago, or chose to have a cyber cafe 10, 15 years ago, it was a fantastic idea. It was a superb idea. It was a phenomenal idea. Now imagine that person works 8 hours a day, and now the person makes 100K every day. All right, maybe the newspaper guy will just walk through 100 streets and then make 10,000 naira per street. He has 100,000. No, 100 streets to be a million if I'm not mistaken. 10 streets, or maybe 1,000 naira per street. Walk through 100 streets, gets 100,000 naira a day. Was a good business. The wealth vehicle that he chose was a good wealth vehicle. However, as time began to evolve, that thing became obsolete. And so the guy can be walking in 100 streets doing the exact same thing, but what you find out, he's not getting the results that he's looking for, because many people underestimate the place the wealth vehicle chooses in the game of wealth. And it's something that I've seen that a lot of people are not educated about. If I have time, across the modules, I'll teach you what I call value chain analysis, because even inside your field, there are places to play in your field that have high leverage. Since I've started talking about this, maybe I'll just talk about this now. You see, Microsoft, as we know it, when they first started, they were big on hardware, right? So what happens is each marginal profit that they were going to make, they had to make a system, sell it, the logistic cost and all of that. And then at some point in time, Microsoft pivoted from being in the business of hardware and pivoted to the software business, right? Pivoted to the software business. And when they pivoted to the software business, what happened is when they want to create Microsoft Word, they create it once. When they create it once, sorry, all they have to do is license. So in the same field of computer, to get more money, they have to work. So it's what we call input to output ratio. We'll talk about that as we go on. Input to output ratio. So input, output, input, output. But this time, they just did one input and then they can have millions, even billions of outputs. So they changed where they are playing within the field. So some of us, where we're playing in the field is not bad, but it's just not the most optimal place to play in the field to get rich easier. Because wealth is not just an effort game. There has to be leverage. There has to be asymmetry. Asymmetry is what we talk about. Have you seen when people want to shout or people want to shout, they not do like this, oh, or they put a horn, you blow small, it comes out loud. There has to be stuff that greatly multiplies your effort, but I don't want to get distracted into that too. The car and the driver. So we want to talk about you as the entrepreneur. Let's talk about the things that you need to have, moving forward. Number one, there are about 4 things that you need to have in your field. Number one is knowledge. All right. You see, when I started, currently, we own a real estate brokerage firm. All right. And when I started the brokerage, one of the things that I did was I never forget in my life. It was a really difficult and hard thing to do. I came into the industry and I found out that a lot of people didn't know anything about the industry. They didn't know anything about the industry. They just came in and they start selling houses, start selling land. They say, this house is fine, this house is this house is that. They didn't know anything about real estate law. They didn't know anything about, documentation and all that. Let's take a practical example. I want to tell you how you must start. See, every time you get into an industry, knowledge is always a distinguisher. Now, let's pause and let me even ask you on a more practical note. Type what you do currently. Type what you do currently. All right. I'm a makeup artist, I'm a this, I'm a that. Let's use a makeup artist, for example. If I was going to do a makeup business and I wanted to position myself, hey, I hope this session will not take longer than I planned, because I said that I wanted to say something, right? If you are in a service-based business, half your assignment is growing your brand, because, hey, are people ready for a long session tonight? The way I'm looking at this session now, I may carry you guys to 10 p.m. Are you ready? Are you ready for this flight? Shibe, I told you people, I don't do a lot of sessions. When I do, they have to be thorough. We'll talk about that as we go. Don't let me get lost. So, if I was to be a makeup artist, somebody carries the makeup and all they know is, all they know is they're selling makeup products. Like I said, all they know is brown, maybe white, maybe the mascara colors and all that. If I was the one, I would sit down and I would study and I would say, what are the components inside this makeup? There is potassium. I don't know. Something magnet. And I'll go and check. And so I'll go and check. Check. One day you will enter, you jam a client. And that client is going to tell you the reason they don't use makeup is because their face reacts to it. And they say, your face reacts to it. Okay, no problem. Sorry. But somebody knows the A to Z of the field. And when they say my face reacts to it, another person takes it as a sale and say, oh no, what kind of skin do you have? I have oily skin. Okay, most likely if you have oily skin, the chemicals that would react to your skin is XYZ potassiumate benzoate. That's the one that usually causes the irritation of the skin. The pH level is minus 1.2. I'm saying a lot of jargon, but imagine this was sense, right? And the reason why your skin is reacting is because the pH that you're using is higher than the pH of the blah, 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 blah. So what you need to do is, this particular makeup, it has the ingredients are blah, 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 blah. So most likely your face not right. Go and try it, come back and tell me. I could even run some consultations before you know it, that's changed. Somebody only bought those makeup products and somebody is selling, hey, you go fine for your face, so my color. Say my color. But another person knows everything that there is to be known about the industry. When you come into any industry, go for knowledge. Know above the average person. Know above what the average person knows. And I'm telling you the truth. The average person inside this country is a very lazy person in correlation to knowledge. So your primary edge, and I'm not even trying to form lines, your primary edge is your capacity to display as much as possible superior knowledge in your field. Does that make sense? You know, and that's why I tell people I don't mind you making mistakes, but I mind you making the same kind of mistakes. All right, you don't have to make the mistakes that some people have made. Go ask questions. You know, when I started the real estate business, there was a very solid man. I had a friend, we started it together before he moved on to travel out of the country. And his father called us, gave us a couple of advice. That advice saved my life. Go for knowledge. Where is the industry expert in your field? Who is number one in your field? You are a fashion person. Who is number one in your field? How many fashion shows have you gone for? You are a perfume person. All you know, you say, spray this one. If you spray it, hey, babes will follow you. If you spray it, your man cannot go to any other woman. That's all you know. What do you know about basement? What do you know about the history of descent? All right? This is just oud marabala, oud bebe. So I just do perfume, or you just mix everything. Your perfume is smelling like air freshener. So, you must find knowledge in your field. Go a little bit deeper. What's the history of the perfume you're selling? So this perfume, actually, it was developed in Egypt in 1921 by the Sahara, blah, 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 blah. Or everything that you know is a tool for storytelling. And people don't buy products, they buy the stories behind the products. Come on, are you with me? So you have to be as knowledgeable as possible in your field. As knowledgeable as possible. Number two is your mindset. A great work ethic with a bad mindset is a huge disaster. Let me tell you something. You see, I thought on, where did I teach this? I've begun to realize that many of us don't understand how fractured our mindsets are. And you see, many of us start business as hustlers. So you start as what I would call a hustle entrepreneur. A hustle entrepreneur is somebody who is doing business just to eat. And it's not bad. It's just a place that many of us start. The problem is when you start there and you stay there for longer than you should stay there. So the moment your bills are covered, your initiative to start the business is fractured. And let me tell you how the mind works. The mind is actually what we call a cybernetic system. So there's what we call psycho-cybernetics. What is psycho-cybernetics? Let me explain what a cybernetic system looks like. You see how missiles work? When the US, maybe there's a jet that is flying. What could I use, for example? Maybe there's a jet that's flying like this. Follow me. As the jet is flying, they fire a missile to it. How many of you have seen those videos where the jet is moving and the missile is moving along with it? You know what happens? The missile has the jet as a target. So what it's doing, it's sending signals to the jet, and the jet is sending signal and bouncing off the signals and using those signals to correct how we should follow the jet consistently. That is how the human mind works. All right, so that's what we call a cybernetic system. There is a target that has been set and is currently measuring the distance between that target and itself up until when it gets to it and hopefully shoots it down. So human beings, we have a psycho-cybernetic system. In that way, what happens is when we set specific targets for ourselves, when we set specific things that we want to get, our brain begins to measure the distance between us and getting those things and begins to try to find opportunities to close the gap. That's how it works. Now, the problem is if you only start your business to eat, the moment you can eat, you will find out that you become lazy. You become, let me say it, you become less gra about that. You won't be pushing the business. So for many of us, the problem is the businesses that we saw that were started by our parents. They were started because our parents were hungry. And us too, unfortunately, were hungry. So hunger became the driving force of business. But the problem now is we have conquered hunger, but we have not expanded our mind beyond hunger to be the driving force of our businesses. Let me give you an example. My mentor told me something one day that really, really formed the philosophy behind what we do. He said he went to a client. And when he went to that client was top person in Koi, billions, doing billions in business. And he went to the client and asked the client a question. Who are your neighbors? Because she was living this huge thing. And she said, my neighbors are, this person works in Mobile, this person works in Shell, this person works in Chevron, blah, 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 all company people. And she asked her a question. Said, are you aware that all your neighbors are employees? She said, yes. She said, are you aware that they are not owners of the business, they are employees of the business? She said, yes. She said, that means for them to be here, the company is making a lot of money and the people are very valuable to the company. She said, yes. And then he asked her a question. He said, how big does your business need to get so that the employees in your business can live like CEOs of other business? That's a food for thought. Food for thought. Have you seen that now? So for many of us, the problem is the width of our business is small, and it's because the only reason why you want to do business is to conquer hunger. That's why I tell people, you see, in the land of the blind, the guy who has one eye is going to become their king. But when that guy moves to the land where everybody has two eyes, he'll become a disabled. So it's the exact reason why I let people know that what? Listen to me very, very, very carefully. The moment you begin to make some good bucks in the university, there's a temptation to begin to want to compare yourself with the people around you. The Bible talks about those people, says comparing themselves to themselves. All of you are comparing yourself with your 2 million, with your, I know a guy, as the news that, so I can say it, flew in as an undergraduate. This story is, I know him personally. I met him, we were on a transaction. He flew in, I think in December, into Nigeria, drop out from Canada, 19 years old. It's public, right? They are expanding their e-commerce food business in the country. 19 years old. He has, in fact, it's public. He has raised $7.3 million. $7.3 million. $7.3 million was raised. I know him. This one, nobody say they say. We went together to go and check out a couple of properties. 19 years old. Should I tell you why? Amongst many reasons, the conversations that he's having inside the kind of institution that he is not conversation of butter and bread. It's conversation of creating, transforming infrastructure here and there. But some of you just need to make enough to be able to buy Benz. You just need to be able to make enough to pepper your neighbor. You just need to make enough so that your ex will know that they made a mistake. Say, Chinwe. He say, Chinwe, wetin Chinwe do me? Man, we get money, collect my babe in this life. In this life, I will make her know. He who laughs last, laughs best. Or vice versa. Babe that has money collected your guy. Say, man, understanding woman. He said, I will deal with her. I will deal with him. I've seen those videos where maybe they say you buy a car, you're now passing your ex. And it's raining. All right. So you want to work on your mind. All right. Number 3 is your skill. And I'm going to talk very strongly to you here. Are you ready for what I'm about to say? Are you ready for what I'm about to say? Let me tell you something. And I'm going to bring it up because you're in the university. Think about how to say it. This part of why I don't leave my recordings public. I'm not sure I'll leave this one public also. But let me say something. You see, Tosin Olorun Enida, I think that's his name. a CEO of Money Points, came out publicly and he said something. The Nigerian graduates are incompetent or something like that. And a lot of people began to complain. A lot of people began to shout, what has he done? See, the way you interface with knowledge is a show of your intelligence. The owner of Money Point came to tell you, this is a problem we have. Now, I don't know about how much he pays, though. Let's assume he pays well. You, in 300 level, in 200 level, 500 level, somebody has a unicorn. You open your dirty mouth to say, listen to this stupid statement. You now say, what has he done to develop the people before employing them? Others have incubation centers. Others have training centers. I saw the man now. The man went to establish, is it 1 or 3 billion in OAU in a couple of universities. So, what is running in your head as somebody who wants to make it in life is that somebody has to invest in grooming talent. Are you hearing what you are saying? In grooming talent first, that he owes you, because he has a big company, he owes you the responsibility of establishing institutions that groom people, because the people don't have brains and don't have minds that can wake up and set responsible paths for themselves to learn the skills that are necessary, soft and hard, in their industries to become successful. If somebody does not create an incubator or a training program, are you daft? Some of you have seen, hey, Zabolo has changed, dude. There's something wrong with you, man. Your head is not correct. Are you getting what I'm saying? See how you're thinking that you should go and do incubation center. It's a ridiculous sense of entitlement to think that because he has not done anything to equip people who spend half their lives on the internet, wasting their lives, wasting their thoughts, wasting their minds, wasting their energy, wasting their attention. Therefore, he doesn't have the right to explain to you how incompatible you are with the role that you're looking for. Something is wrong with you. Yeah, I'm telling you the truth. Something is wrong with you big time. Something is wrong with you. With deliverance. I just pity the guy. I saw that I went to establish. I'm coming, guys. I saw that I now went to establish centers here and there, blah 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 blah. Something's wrong with you. You're entitled. So I tell you the truth. Nobody, anybody whose personal development is tied to something external is not going to be a successful person in business, because everybody is checkmated by the authority above them. The question is, if you want to be a CEO, who is going to checkmate you? Who's going to checkmate you? If they don't come to work, HR will shout. If CEO does not come to work early, who is going to talk to CEO? One of the most important qualities that anybody must have is the capacity to become a self-supervised person. Self-supervised person. Self-supervised person. That is, you can wake up and think, what are the things, what are the levers that I need to pull today in order to push me further in the direction of success? And you pull those levers, my friend. All this back patting on the back, blah, 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 blah. Me, I won't pat you on the back. Oh. I'll tell you as it is. There are some people have looked at and said, the way you are on a straight line to failure. On a straight, you're on a straight line. Yeah, I'll tell you. So that's why I ask people. And when people say that they are skilled, I'm very, very strong, because I go to a lot of speaking engagements. I had to, as a university this last weekend, I couldn't even reach a lot of universities that wrote to me. I couldn't go there, right? And I told them, I'm sorry, I've come to university 3 times this year. I'm not coming again this year, up to next year, if the Lord touches my heart. So when people say they are good, what people are doing, what they mean is, I'm better than Sadiq, the designer. One of the days I went to university to speak, When I finished speaking, there's one guy was just turning, snapping pictures, turning upside down, turning to the left, turning to the right, turning front, turning back. I said, hope these pictures will be good. He said, yes. I said, don't worry. The guy sent the pictures to me. I didn't respond to him because I know anything I said will be used against me in the court of law if that guy should make it in life. I knew it because the guy sent absolutely ridiculously nonsense pictures. Nonsense pictures. And the guy was so confident. It's one thing to be terrible. It's another thing to lack the knowledge of how bad you are at what you do. It's a worse thing to be confident and terrible. And sometimes most people don't know. It's not that, those people are intentionally very, 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 very bad people at what they do. The real problem is they are benchmarking against the wrong people. So you're the best graphic designer in your hood, okay? You're the best graphic designer in your school, okay? I wrote an email. The opportunities that you were competing for alone, now the guy who is in China is competing for those opportunities with you. So the question is, should you be comparing yourself based on local standards or based on global standards? If you ever choose to learn any skill where you don't plan to be the best, don't learn it. The best by what standards? The best by global standards. So I found out most times people are not inherently bad people. The problem is their benchmark, who they are comparing themselves against, is the worst. And if you came and grew up in a poor environment, you have to listen to me carefully. Because the moment you have some 2 naira in your pocket and you're richer than all the broke people that you grew up with, they begin to worship you. And the moment they begin to worship you, automatically something within your head sparks off and says, oh, they are worshiping me. I'm the old great King Agrippa. Therefore, I do not need to improve. And so your engine, the engine within you that wants to do better, they have fractured it because they are giving you worship, not because you are the best, simply because you are the best among the Olodos. Are you following what I'm saying? Sometimes I'm looking at some young people in school and they have 2 naira. So mid 20 million, nobody can talk to you. You bought one Benz, C300, okay? So nobody will talk to you again. But put your hand in your pockets. That C300 Benz now is what somebody is paying a salary to the least staff in his company. And you are here gallivanting. What's wrong with you? So that's the next thing. Remember, we're talking about the things that you have to develop as an individual. You have to develop a strong skill set, a strong mindset. And one of the next things you have to develop is a strong network. You see, you're not just paid for what you do, but you are paid for who you do it for. I always tell a story. There's a guy in the Bible called Joseph. The guy has been sleeping, has been interpreting dreams. In fact, the dream that interpreted put him in problem. Put him in problem because he interpreted the dream and his brothers changed it for him. So what do you mean you are going to lord over us? Put him in prison. All his dream capacity was nonsense. But the moment he interpreted dream for the king, his life changed. Sometimes the gap between you and the money you are looking for is not the quality of what you are doing, it's the quality of who you are doing it for. You are a fashion designer. The problem is not your style. And that's why I tell people, the moment you get good enough in your skill by global standards, the next thing you need to do is you need to accelerate your entrance into new and valuable networks. You need to accelerate that entrance. That's what you have to do. You have to accelerate the entrance into valuable networks, because the person who is the best in the lowest network level will not earn the person who is the least in the highest network level. You are a chef. There's somebody who's a chef in Aso Rock. There's a chef. There's somebody who's a chef. You are a driver. There's somebody who's driving Donald Trump. So the real question is, that guy, the amount of money he's collecting maybe more than you have ever seen in your life. And it's not because he's better than you. It's because his clientele base is better than you. So I tell people, when you have solved the skill issue, you must solve the network issue. Come on, are you with me? Are you with me? Remember, we're talking about the driver of the car. What are the things that you need to fix personally? We've talked about your skill, we've talked about your network, we've talked about your mindset, and we've talked about your knowledge. Right? So write those 4 things down if you've been following me. Mindset, knowledge, skill. So let's move into business basics, and we're going to end with this model. So the first question that I want to ask you is, what is a business? You know, let me pause and ask you a question. Are you getting value thus far? Good. Let me pause and take a couple of responses from YouTube. Values. I say values. Are you getting value thus far? Am I wasting your time? Good. Talk to me. Okay. Great. So let's look into the fundamentals of business. What is a business? Now, there are many, and I want you to listen, because if all the things that I list, you look at it carefully and you see that you don't meet the criteria, you are not running a business. No pass like that. So what is a business? And I'm going to get definitions from books. What I expect you to do is to not just take the definitions, but to also find some time to go to the books. Great. Are you ready? What is a business? Now, there's a book by Jim Collins, one of the best books, Jim Good to Great. What he did is scan and found elements in companies that made them great, that made them last long and all that. So, via the hedgehog concept, said a business, listen, is the intersection of 3 circles. What you are deeply passionate about, what you can be the best in the world at. Sorry. Trying to see if I could draw. Okay. So, what you are deeply passionate about, what you can be the best in the world at. I'm going to talk about that, your edge, and what drives your economic engine. Where these 3 circles intersect, he says, is according to the hedgehog concept, where we can get a business from. But let's move on. Now, there's a book, Competitive Advantage by Michael Porter. He says, a business is a system of activities that create value. By transforming inputs. Listen, every single thing here matters. And we're going to take them one by one. There's a particular this thing that we're going to look at, and then we'll end it. Right? System of value. So I'm trying to get words. By transforming inputs to outputs that customers are willing to pay for better than your competitors can. So there are certain things you are doing that are bringing out certain outcomes. Are you following me? And these things you can do, then you have some edge above your competitors. And most importantly, customers are willing to pay for them. This is where we're going to zoom in on. I love this book. I'd heard of it, but I first read it from my mentor, right? And this is the most concise definition of business. If you're taking any screenshots, if you're taking any details, this is the slide you are looking for. And we're going to look at it one by one. In fact, we outlined it here. 5. Number 1, a business is a repeatable process. A repeatable process that creates and delivers something of value that other people want or need at a price that they are willing to pay in a way that satisfies the customer's needs and expectations, so that the business brings in enough profit to make it worth the while for the owners to continue the operation. So I'm going to zoom in on this definition and we're going to take it one after the other. Are you ready? Now, the first thing is the business is a repeatable process. And what that means very simply is listen, and that's why I tell people one of the places you don't want to be is in a place where every single income in your business is a miracle. Say, hey, I don't know where this client came from. He just came and bought lots of goods. Thank you, Jesus. I'm in the faith. So after I talk these things, I don't want you to think I'm talking down the miraculous. But let me tell you the truth. If you were hungry today, you will eat food. Now, it's a miracle. I mean, some people eat food and it doesn't go the right, but you are not thinking about whether the food will quench your hunger. You know it will. You know it will. All right. So the value of a business is not in the results. Oh, you're not getting what I'm saying. The value of a business is not in the results of the business. The value of the business is in the processes of the business. In other words, any results that you cannot replicate at will, you don't own the results. It's a miracle. And in business, you want to reduce the number of things that you can't control. Every time somebody does fantastic figures, every time somebody does ridiculous numbers, does good numbers, and says, oh, I made 2 billion, I made 200 million, I made 20 million, they're excited. But that's the place you must be cautious, because the fact that you made it is not as important as whether you know how to make it again. And you know what I'm saying? Okay, today you looked at your books. We made 40, 50,000. Where did these customers come from? Can we make it again? So I tell people in business, the results are not as important as the processes. I say, I don't know where it came from. I don't know how it happened. It just happened. The problem is you would only be able to trade in hope when you do not know how to make it happen again. So the key word is a repeatable process that creates and delivers something of value. It's one thing to create value, it's another thing to deliver something of value. So most people are good creators, but they are bad deliverers. And the problem is, until your value gets to the hands of the people that want it, that need it, they are not going to pay you for it. And if they can't pay you for it, what is going to happen is you're going to be broke. So this is what is happening amongst many things in the AI industry. A lot of these guys coding stuff here, but they don't know how to get the clients that need the products that they have. So they're still broke. So create and deliver something of value at a price they are willing to pay, right? And in a way that satisfies their needs and expectations, so that the business brings in enough profits to make it worth the while for owners to continue their operation. Does this make sense, guys? So let's look at 5 essential parts. Number 1, like I said, value creation. You see, I might have heard something, all right? But you hear people say things like, you must be valuable. Have you heard that before? They say you must be valuable. That to make money, you must be valuable. Have you heard that kind of thing before? Have you heard that kind of thing before? They say you must be valuable. They say you must be valuable. Now, the problem is, what is value? So, when I was doing a full-on training course back then, there's what I would call the subjective nature of value. The subjective nature of value. And what is the subjective nature of value? The subjective nature of value is the fact that value may mean something to one person and not mean something to another person. Are you following what I'm saying? Follow me very carefully. So value. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, guys? Sending me an error message here. You know what? Can you hear me? You can hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, so let's go on. Give me a sec. Have a slide code. Anyway, so the problem is that value in and of itself is subjective. And what does that mean? What I value may be different from what you value, might be different from what he values, may be different from what she values. So the very nature of value is that value is subjective. For example, I personally, I don't fancy wearing chains. I don't wear chains. I don't wear, a lot of hand accessories. I just dress up. I don't wear clothes. Now, is it a bad thing? No, but I don't value it. If you come to me, it'll be really harder to sell a chain to me. It'll be really harder to sell a chain to me. So this is it. Every business, write this down. Don't ever forget what I'm about to say. Every business must start backwards. What most people do, listen. They find what they value. Then they now go and create what they value. But the question is, if you are the only one that values it and your customers don't value it, the question is, are you the one buying your product? Or your customers are buying it? So I tell people, it is a problem identified that should inspire a solution to be created. Because when the solution is created, where you identify that problem, you can then go back and sell it to the person, then the person will pay for it. So many people have created solutions to problems that they don't exist because they didn't talk to the customers to get the problem with the customers before starting it. So, in the tech world, we call that SISP, SISP, solution in search of a problem. Solution in search of a problem. So remember, we're looking at the core thing. So we've talked about value creation. The next thing is marketing. It's not good enough to be able to create something. Some of you have really great products, but marketing. And we're going to have a whole, I think the entire next week is going to be dedicated to marketing. Because many of you, you don't have the only thing between you and all the money you are looking for is marketing. How many of you has it happened to you? Let me see. On Sunday, back then when I was much younger, we go to church early morning, and on Sunday, as you are about to wear your church clothes, as you just want to zip up like this, bah, the zip will just cut. Has it happened to you before? And then on Sunday, you will now be praying one single prayer. Oh Lord, let these guys that move around, we call them Obioma, London Taylor. You know those guys, bang, with scissors. So we're praying, oh Lord, let them pass. Lord, let them just pass. Lord, let them just pass. Jesus, let them just pass. Guess what? You are a customer praying to find somebody to give money. Have you ever thought about it? That guy, wherever he is now, he has a good product, but he has not connected to the customers. Many times, the money we are looking for is in the customers we have not met, not in the customers we can't close. So there has to be a consistent strategy to attract attention, and then sales is then turning those prospects into paying customers. And value delivery, every time somebody gives you money, he's putting you on an exam. If you told the customer you're going to get this in 2 days, you should not get why. So many times, and let me say something, many times, and it's one of the ways you see that people are not planning for growth because they are not optimizing their capacity to deliver. So let me give you an example now. There you are. You are the person handling everything, you're doing everything and all of that. You can handle 5 customers. And that's why I tell people, sometimes businesses grow into their death. Because when you're handling 5 customers, it was easy for you to deliver as a fashion designer, as a food vendor. You only needed one dispatch rider. You just needed one dispatch rider. Uncle Rabi go carry your food, deliver to 5 locations, you are done. But now you have 100 locations and you promise people that your food is going to get to them within the same 2 hours. So now growth has become the reason why you cannot deliver value at the level you could. So many times I tell people, marketing is you're at the point where you are preparing to grow. And we're going to talk about as we go on. But your operations is where you're preparing for the growth. So many people want to grow, but many people, if the growth they are looking for should come to them, it's going to kill them. All right. And the last is finance. Are you bringing in enough money to keep going and to reward your effort? Oh, yes, go outside the charity. No, I tell people jokingly, seriously. A good idea, it's not necessarily a business idea. Sometimes you look at the economics of the. Have you seen people that sell provisions? People that sell provisions. People that sell provisions, people that sell Milo milk. Do you know the margin on that business? 20 naira, 30 naira, 10 naira. You know, my mentor will say something. When you go to your auntie's shop and she gives you 2 Milo, see, it will take her sometimes 12 cartons to recover that profit. You now have a shop girl that is stealing money. On top that. So I'm saying this because you need to check your business. First of all, am I making something that people want, or am I making something that I want to make? Am I marketing it enough? I'm going to zoom in on that marketing a lot next week, right? Do I know how to sell? And when my people pay, have you seen when somebody wants to sell? Let me even ask you, as happened to you, somebody wants to sell to you, the guy is very responsive, the lady is very responsive, you call him, he'll answer you. Now you sold to him or her. That's why you're disturbing me. Don't you know it's not work hours? When you want to collect my money, you don't know, say no be work hour. Now you have collected my money. You are speaking English. You say, I have a work-life balance. Please don't text me past 5 p.m. Text me by 9 a.m. in the morning if I give you punch. But you were texting me by 6. Let's cover money. So I even tell my people, you see, the moment where you have collected money from a client is the most dicey moment. Because once you have collected money from a client, any excuse you give not to, and you're not reachable at that point, the client will assume are the kind of person who is like that. So collect your money, deliver it. If you can't deliver it, you collect the money. No pass like that. Are you with me? Then you want to do finance. So I'll end with a session today, but I hope you guys are gaining value. We have like 6 minutes. Let me end here. Maybe we'll have boot camp sessions from time to time. How do I pick a business to start? This is the ultimate Venn diagram. The first thing you want to think of is very simple. You want to think of number 1, demand. What's up? Give me a sec. Demand. If what you want to do, nobody needs it to be done, nobody will pay. Nobody's going to pay for that thing. No. Nobody's going to pay for that thing. So every time you have a business idea, you need to go and do surveys. Ask 100 people. And this is what I'm saying now. You're in the university. You say, if I did this, will you pay? If I did this as a service, will you pay? By the time you've asked 100 people, and 100 people is not a lot, 20 people that per day times 5 days, all that just ask questions. If you saw this as a business, how much will you pay? How much will you be willing to pay for it? When you say, I'm not paying for that now, why will I pay for that kind of nonsense? By the time you do something around, you find out that this business sounds intelligent, but it's only to me. So what people need you to do, you must always check that there is sufficient demand. Number two is passion. So most people, they say follow your passion. I've explained it so many times. Follow your passion is bad advice. If the market is not passionate about your passion, what you know, follow your passion alone is bad advice. The market doesn't pay you because you're doing what you're passionate about. It pays you because you're doing what they need you to do. So follow your passion alone is terrible advice. That thing is nonsense. So I tell people, at the very least, where your passion coincides with demand is where is a good place for you to start a business. Where your passion and demand coincide. Minimum, what you like to do and what people need to do. And I'll say this again, ability. So this is the third thing you want to look at. You see, every business idea that you have does not necessarily have to be a business idea that you do. Every business idea that you have doesn't have to be a business idea that you execute for yourself. There are a lot of things that will come to my head. I will not be able to do it. Sometimes it's capital intensive and you are broke and you can't raise the capital yet. Sometimes you don't have the capacity to do it. You know, I always give this story. Many years ago, and not up to now, in university, you see all those people who cannot sing. Their ones, their own, their voices will be the loudest in the bathroom, but they can't sing. They can't sing, but their voices, they enter the bathroom like this. You know, because most universities, they have those like palette kind of bathrooms. They can't sing, but they're the ones singing a lot. So the fact that you like to do something does not mean that you can do it. And if you like to do something and you cannot do it, your job is to upskill your passion. So if you like it, but you can't do it, you go and learn how to do it well, because the market is not going to pay you because you are doing what you are passionate about. The market is going to pay you because you're doing what they are passionate about and you are doing it very well. That's how it works, guys. And lastly, one of the things that you want to see, and I want to talk about this, very important, is edge. You see, if you've been following me for a while, you've seen me draw these circles, but you see this edge is something I added lately. And like I said, this is the business sweet spot. Sometimes you won't get everything, all the 3 circles, but you'll get maybe 2, but at least get 2. And one of the things you must get is demand. But it's always great if you have an edge. I'll give you an example. There's a particular lady that I spoke to, and she's doing well in business, does really great numbers in business, and all that. She's in the pastry business. You're asking her, how far now? You know, where did you start? She said, I started in secondary school, blah, 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 blah. Explain everything to you. One of these days, in a conversation, she just randomly said, oh, my mother actually grew up in the catering business. So she's in the catering business. So when she started, a large chunk of the things that she used to start, they were her mother's own. Every time she has a business to fulfill, her mother already has workers that can do it for her. You see that now? But you are starting from scratch. So every time you want to see that, you want to think and ask yourself an important question. What edge do I have? Some of you people, you are naturally already fashionable. So it's easier for you to start a fashion brand. Do you get what I'm saying? Some of you have higher attention. It's hard to start something. Some of you have, and when it comes to edge, we'll talk about it. There are 4, 5, 6 edges that you have: distribution edge, price edge, regulatory edge, and all those kinds. We'll talk about that in the next lecture. So you look at it, you want to build your edge as much as possible. Zuckerberg's edge was that he started in a university. While every social network was trying to gather the people individually, he had an edge. He was inside a university already. Are you following what I'm saying? So this point is usually the point where it's great to pick a business to start, where you see demand intersecting with what you like to do, intersecting with what you can do, intersecting with some kind of edge that you have. For example, I realized in life that I have a speaking edge. Not everybody has the capacity to speak well. Not everybody has capacity to speak like I do. So every time I get into a business, I try to ask myself, is it a business that requires a lot of speaking, a lot of, do you know what I'm saying? Because my edge is the capacity to speak. That's why you would almost never see me in any business that is an operational based business. You know why? I don't have that edge. Don't have that edge. Some of you have parents that have given you edges. Some of you are living in regions where you have edges, you have advantages that can help that business. Are you following what I'm saying? We're going to talk about it. There are about 5-6 edges. We'll look at it in the next this thing, and then we'll zoom in a lot on marketing. So when we look at marketing, we'll look at about, if I'm not mistaken, about 15 different marketing channels. Then we'll look at and say, okay, this is why my customers are not coming. So we'll look at marketing and sales. We'll look at the edges next week. Then we'll go up to the next one, and then we'll look into a lot more things, right? So, but for now, this is where we draw the curtains. Do we have any questions? Any questions? So because this is YouTube, there'll be some um lag between when you ask questions and when I see them. So do me a favor, right? Please start typing them now, because you can't also send voice notes. Start typing them now. Type your questions, ask your questions. But while we're doing that, if you can take a screenshot of this. This is the only thing I ask usually in free sessions. Post on Instagram and tag me, right? If you can, I'll be really, really grateful, right? Say something about the session tonight. It was valuable, it was intense, it was this, it was that, and just tag me at Bolu Okunade on Instagram, right? That's the only way I want you to pay me. Am I trying to gaslight you? Perhaps. So while that is happening, I'm using start to wait for questions. I'm using start to wait for your questions. Great. I hope this was a valuable start for you. So some of you have to think through your business now. Is my business fulfilling all these 5 criteria? Value creation, marketing, sales, value delivery, and finance. Am I in a good business? Right? Or do I go and close that business? Entirely. That's what I want to happen to you tonight. Okay. So people may be typing questions here and there, and so you know what we'll do? Maybe we'll also have one of the sessions will be solely on Google Meet, where we'll just answer questions real time. But at this point, I think I would like to come to an end. Now, people are asking me about the replay. You know, sir, am I going to have this session, this and that, and this and that? Typically, if you've ever been to my sessions, you will never, you should know that by now, you never get the replays of my sessions. What I mean never, for any price, for any amount, it doesn't matter. I don't care. You never get the replays of my session. Very important. You will never see it. You have a physical session. People offer to pay hundreds, thousands. I said no. We do not sell replays. I do that very intentionally, because when people know that there'll be a way to get the replay, they won't be at the session, right? And most times people don't even watch the replay. All right. So, but for this session, there's going to be an exception. All right. The replays for this session, this is the first time I'm doing it in years. I don't think I've ever done it before. Maybe only once in my entire life. I am going to make the replays of this session available. Woo! Clap now, clap now. So, oh, wow, thank you so much. I'm grateful. So you considered us. Right? However, I'm going to make them available to you at a cost. If you're angry, go. Right? At a cost. So all the 4 session replays, you know, I'm going to send it to you if you want. If you don't want, leave it. Right? So pay attention and be writing. Right? So you get the replays of the 4 sessions. Because it's a student product, we kept it ridiculously low at 30,000 naira. Yes, 30,000 naira. I think it's ridiculously low if you ask me. So while I'm not selling anything to you, we're not doing some master class, we're not doing a buy a book after. No. But if you're going to get this replay, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, I will collect your money. Yes, so I did that because also I know that a lot of people in certain institutions may have internet problems and they can't do this thing, right? So take it as you paid for a business training. If you add all the hours together, it's probably going to be about 10 hours, 10 hours of this thing, and you're going to have it for life. So if you want access to the replays, there are two ways. If you get the access before the end of the session, that's this. So we're going to have 4 sessions: this one, next one, third one, and the last one. If you get it, I think it's going to be 30,000 naira now, right? Just follow the link. Don't stress anybody. Nobody has any discount. Nobody has that time. Just follow the link and buy, right? But be patient, because when you pay, you're going to have to wait till every session they're going to upload it for you. That's number one. Number two is, once we finish all the 4 sessions and we are done with the entire student CU, that price is going to go up to 50,000 naira, right? If you think it's expensive, you are correct. If you don't have money to pay, you are correct. Show up in class. I've tried, Abby. Anybody that say I've not tried should go and do their own. Most people would sell you a part of the course, and then by the time I'll say there's a student CEO inner circle, inner special, how do you know those things? They'll say to enter the mastermind of the student CEO. I don't have time for all of that, generally speaking. Right? So that's what we're doing. You want the replays for the sessions, you go and make your payments, 30,000. Every time we finish a session, you will get an email with that session. All right. Thank you so much for joining in this session. I hope you have taken the um the taking notes. Our time is going to be 7 p.m. Please stay close to your system, stay close to your emails, please. You get updates from me across the week. Sometimes my heart can be touched and I want to send you guys very valuable material. You can also, I'll send in the email. If time is changing, you'll also see that. And like I said, if you want to relive this session, you want to have a personal replay to yourself, go and buy it today. The moment we kickstart the next session, we'll take the price up to 50,000, right? And because there's a backlog in questions, I would most likely dedicate a whole session to answering questions, looking at business. Maybe the last session is going to be that kind of session, and we'll include all the answers I'll say to the replays that you are going to watch. Right. So thank you so much for joining in, guys. I hope it was valuable. If you haven't already done so, take a screenshot, post on your status, and tag me. And I'll see you guys in week 2 of the student CEO. Once again, stay close to your emails, stay close to the channels. All the information that you need is going to be there. You want access to the replays? Go there using this link, pay. All right. I think for this replay, we have 20 sessions, 20 available. So we're not giving the replay to everybody again because I don't give this content out all the. I've never actually. So we're going to. I think it's about 20 slots that we have for this particular one at this price, right? And then we'll take it up to 50K. All right. So if you do that, go and make your purchase. When you make your purchase, just wait. They'll gather all the emails, gather all this thing, and send the replays to you guys specially. All right. So thank you so much, and I will see you in week 2 of the student CU. For now, I remain your able host. I bet this is thing. I remain your able host and facilitator of the student CEO program, Bolu Okunade, and I'll see you next week.
chasing clout. I'm chasing truth. If the road gets hard, I won't tap out. Build on grace, not hype, that's what I'm about. Every little win, every yes, every no, that's the kind of strength that helps a person grow. I've been changing day by day, no more running in place. I can feel that old weight falling off my name. When I rise with purpose. When I fall, he makes me steady. I'm not who I was, I'm getting ready. Better me, that's who I'm gonna be. Better me, walking in destiny. One step, one prayer, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Better me, that's who I'm gonna be. Not perfect, but I'm moving, not finished, but I'm growing. Got a new fire in my chest, and it keeps on showing. If you lead, I'll follow. If you speak, I listen. Turn my weakness into purpose, turn my pain to a mission. Better me, that's who I'm gonna be. Better me, walking in destiny. One step, one prayer, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Better me, that's who I'm gonna be. I was built for more than the mess I wore. Had to lay the pride down, put my face to the floor. I was talking big, but I lived too small. Now I wake up focused, give my all. Old me tried to win by the empty flex. New me on my knees, gotta clean a step. One life, one path, I'm gonna walk it right. Every scar got a story, now I'm made for life. I've been changing day by day, no more running in place. I can feel that old weight falling off my name. When I rise with purpose. When I fall, he makes me steady. I'm not who I was, I'm getting ready. Better me, that's who I'm gonna be. Better me, walking in destiny. One step, one prayer, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Better me, that's who I'm gonna be. Cut the fake friends off, cut the noise down low. I don't need applause, I need fruit that grows. Got a heart to guard, got a mind to renew. I'm not chasing clout, I'm chasing truth. If the road gets hard, I won't tap out. Build on grace, not hype, that's what I'm about. Every little win, every yes, every no, that's the kind of strength that helps a person grow. I've been changing day by day, no more running in place. I can feel that old weight falling off my name. When I rise with purpose. When I fall, he makes me steady. I'm not who I was, I'm getting ready. Better me, that's who I'm gonna be. Better me, walking in destiny. One step, one prayer, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Better me, that's who I'm gonna be. Not perfect, but I'm moving, not finished, but I'm growing. Got a new fire in my chest, and it keeps on showing. If you lead, I'll follow. If you speak, I listen. Turn my weakness into purpose, turn my pain to a mission. Better me,